Okay, let's get started. This is episode 23. With me are B-Dubs. B-Dubs.
Hello. Hi, I'm here.
Hi. Hi, B-Dubs.
Hello again.
And C-Kohler.
Hello.
Oh, and also Rexus.
I live to disappoint.
It's so disappointing. It's just come into this group chat and it's like, here's Rexus. Oh.
I'm the human. I'm Norman. I'm the human Norman of the group. For the probably two people on ToonamiGAF that get that reference.
I
I
don't
understand that reference.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What reference is that to?
What is it?
It's a Riff Tracks reference. There's a whole group of shorts called about this guy called Norman, and his catchphrase is literally.
Oh, okay.
Norman jumps into battle.
I love Riff Tracks.
Well, there's no news this week. Nothing interesting happened. So let's just go into Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, episode 85.
Well, there's if I could
The
just
truce is broken. The defense force strikes back at Cell. Raxus, if you fuck this up for me, I swear to God.
So I do want to mention that as far as the Japanese side of things, on October 2nd, they are airing the episodes for the episode for chapter 699 out of like 700 for Naruto. So the series is reaching its zenith. So we may actually have an end date for Naruto soon.
Never.
I don't believe
I
you.
don't believe it.
I'm just saying.
They're gonna adapt the movies before they let that end.
They'll probably pull a super and adapt like all the movies and the novels and stuff before they get to the chapters.
They'll just start adapting the Boruto stuff under the name.
Yeah.
Under Naruto Shippuden. It wouldn't be far off after what I've read from Boruto, but
I actually wouldn't mind them adapting the novel stuff, so I could actually, see what happens there.
But I just wanted to mention that because I mean it's pretty significant that we're getting to the basically the second to last chapter before we reach the basically what is the epilogue chapter. But
okay, I'm gonna start the Dragon Ball Z Kai intro over again.
Okay.
I have nothing else to add.
Again.
Silence, please, because we're entering Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, episode 85. The truce is broken. The defense force strikes back at Cell. Guys, we can do it! We can totally take him down! Oh God, fuck!
Toriyama poorly.
Let's all run away in a perfect circle.
Toriyama remembers that he has that the Earth has an army.
It
and
took
that
them
the
long
president
enough.
king of Earth is a dog.
A blue
Is
dog.
his name really King Furry?
No,
I hope
God.
not.
What?
I looked it up like on a wiki, and it said his name was King Furry.
Oh God.
Seems legit.
I don't think he's ever been named though.
Well, it had another name, and the other name was King Koku.
That's probably
with
what
the
they use.
with the KC. I think that's his. That's basically what it's supposed to be.
Okay. But yeah, they had him listed as King Furry. Like maybe that had appeared that way a long time ago in like some really
I'm
bad
guessing that's just
4Kids thing or something.
No, I'm guessing that's just weird, anime.
Maybe that's like a
being
direct
weird.
translation or something.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
yeah?
maybe it's someone's fanfic gone horribly wrong.
Honestly, I wouldn't put that being the translation past Toriyama. I really wouldn't. I mean, he named Vegeta vegetables.
Go on, fried rice.
Every Saiyan is named after vegetables. Kakarot. It's carrot.
Yeah, carrot.
Vegeta, speaking of which, went back into the time chamber so that he can get defeated again.
And Piccolo came out and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm still Piccolo."
I love that. All of he just comes down and says, "Yep, that was pointless."
Why did I even waste my time?
And then Goku immediately hits on the idea to be like, hey, wait, why don't we make the entire plot pointless by just making more Dragon Balls? I'm a genius!
That's actually the best idea he's ever had in this entire series. Let's be real.
Let's face it. Goku's been on point for I don't know how for like the past few episodes. It's been really weird.
It's something about hanging out with. It's something about hanging out with Gohan made him smart.
And it's like, hey, I can make the Dragon Balls. I can't find the Namekians, of course, but maybe King Kai can find them with his super planet fighting powers. I'm gonna go to King Kai's planet. Oh, by the way, I can apparently just teleport to the afterlife now, like it's freaking.
That's the part that got to me.
That's a freaking swinging door. It's like, okay, Goku, whatever, go, Jesus, go.
You do you, Goku. You do you. I think he's just too stupid that he's never considered that. Oh, this shouldn't be possible.
Instant transmission is basically Dragon Ball's version of Star Trek's transporter, where they can just use it to do things, and it's never really explained.
I mean, Next Generation does a pretty decent job of explaining, why the transporter does stuff.
I don't mean they didn't explain it, but like they didn't need to explain it. It's just a plot device to be like, okay, well, Goku needs to be here to say something, so he will instant transmit, even though it totally breaks everything, because he can do that.
You know what else is weird? Somewhere along the way, Toriyama decided that the Namekians just are a race that just goes to other planets and becomes the Guardian.
Why not?
Because,
well, I mean, maybe Kami just got bored.
No, Kami was just like, hey, I got stuck here, and then I became the Guardian somehow.
Wait, he's a Namekian?
No, we need to go get a Namekian.
That's because they want Dragon Balls.
Why can the Namekians make Dragon Balls?
Oh, wait, Kami.
Yeah, no, that's not explained.
Damn it, I was happier.
Yeah, no, that's explained. The only reason they wanted a Namekian is because they wanted new Dragon Balls. They could have had freaking Krillin do it if they didn't care. Krillin, you're in charge of Earth. Son of a bitch!
Let's just grab a Namekian, bring him to the lookout, and then they'll suddenly be the Guardian for some reason, and then they can make more Dragon Balls for some reason.
Little green.
Well, they said something about like that. It's like a trait that they get passed down, like knowledge or something. Didn't they?
No, I didn't.
Who the hell knows?
I'm trying to remember because they actually do get into like Kami's backstory about him arriving in Earth and actually creating the Dragon Balls. So
I know there's a statue involved. That's about it. Like I remember there being a statue, and Little Green would point his hands at it, and he'd concentrate real hard, and then there'd be Dragon Balls.
This kind of makes the Namekians like the most powerful beings if they can just make balls that give people ultimate wishes.
You mean, well, the balls turn out to be completely useless. They can't do shit. It's like, hey, can you kill that guy for us? No, he'd kick my ass.
Well, that's the thing, though. You can usually get around that with the wishes if you.
Yeah. I wish he was on the sun.
Yeah.
I wish I was immortal.
Yeah, I wish he was teleported to the farthest corner of the galaxy.
I wish I was immortal. I wish for a sword that can cut through anything. And then there you go.
I wish for more wishes.
That's just evil.
I wish you could for like 5 billion wishes.
Krillin wishes he was taller.
I wish you were able to grant any wish.
I wish you could melt this ice.
That was the second dumbest wish. The first dumbest wish was panties. I mean, let's be real.
I have no idea what we're talking about now. Was this OG Dragon Ball
stuff?
No
one watched Dragon Ball.
Nobody watched Dragon Ball. That's a shame. Dragon Ball's.
That's why the King Furry guy was so out of place. It's like he's from old Dragon Ball, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he showed up for like 20 minutes when Piccolo took over the world.
Yeah, there's like this was a whole big celebration. Like, I think the last couple episodes have been kind of a celebration for old Dragon Ball because we ran into a bunch of characters that were just big players in old Dragon Ball, which is refreshing. Well, I do like the pace of this episode. It's just different. It's very different from what we're used in DBZ.
Yeah.
I think part of everyone's gonna die. Let's bring them all back.
I think part of the reason though is, I mean, if I'm remembering my interviews right. Toriyama had planned for Gohan to become the main character. So, you know, by bringing back, everyone from Dragon Ball's coming back, it's sort of like, you know, closing the book on Goku's story.
And then...
and then...
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually.
But I think that this kind of makes me remember why I enjoyed Cell Saga so much. It's very much unlike a typical shonen arc after you get past the Imperfect Cell arc, because it's nice that it's not just all freaking fighting on this planet for like 20 episodes.
Yeah, this felt like
it will literally
be
a tournament arc.
This felt like a real slow down episode, a kind of like take your breath episode, even though like hundreds of people died. They were so insignificant that it was just kind of like, okay, well, all right.
Oh, why'd they do that? Want to go fishing? Krillin threw a rock at Goku's head.
And then Goku died from concussion. Good job, Krillin. The one time you did something.
I like that they kept that J-pop song, though. I'm assuming that wasn't in the original version.
Sorry?
Oh, I said I kind of like that they kept that J-pop song. I wonder if that was in the original version, like the original dub.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
At least it's not Yamcha's cat food song. Cat food, yeah.
Yeah. Cat food. I can't remember the tune.
Cat loves food, yeah. Cat loves food, yeah.
But yeah, it is also weird that we're now long past Team 4-Star stuff, so we have to actually make our own jokes. Oh my god!
This is the worst thing ever.
Well, I mean, we're like 2 Team 4-Star episodes away from catching up. So we're not that far ahead.
I mean, they only put one out like once every 3 months, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of means we're going to be forever ahead of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of it's pretty telling when it's been airing for a little bit over a year now, and we've already caught up with Team 4-Star, who's been going for about 4 or 5 years, more than 5 years now, I think.
Oh my god, I think it's been more like 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, they've been going forever. I think it's been like 8, because I remember the first couple episodes came out when I was still in high school.
Yeah, like me and my friends had a bunch of in-jokes, like, oh my god, they were on Namek when I was in high school.
Yeah. I mean, like, Team 4-Star wasn't on Namek when I was in high school, but I think it was just, you know, starting off, like, episode 2 or 3.
But no, when Team 4-Star was on Namek, I was in high school.
Yeah.
You were very young.
Animation's hard, folks.
It really is.
What do you say we move on to One Punch Man, huh?
Okay, what the hell?
One Punch Man! This is the... Rexus. This is the silence because we're going into the intro. One Punch Man. One Punch Man, episode 8, The Deep Sea King. That guy has a lot of murder faces.
Yes, he does.
This is actually, this is arguably my favorite arc in the series, which you'll find out coming up. But that I wanted to just kind of sum up the point. This is basically the summary of this episode is, hey Saitama, Genos, let's focus on these other characters.
Yeah.
Because we meet a bunch of A-class heroes like Stainer and
a couple of S-class.
and we meet arguably the worst character in the series.
So let's talk about Puri Puri Prisoner, who is an S-class superhero who is also a prisoner who he put himself there because he can't stop raping men.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really sugarcoat this one at all.
No,
there's like an extra chapter that they cut out where it actually has Sonic and Prisoner in prison, and they like beat a bunch of the prisoners there.
I think that was just a
but
Naruto chapter.
It doesn't really help his character.
No, it makes it worse, arguably.
The following chapters, people say that I'm not gonna make them better, but we're not gonna ever get to that, and I don't know if we can actually salvage the fact that he gives off very rapey vibes.
Well, it's because he's a rapey character.
So
yeah, he's probably the one character on the block that, is sort of, really, we're doing this of all things, really.
He's basically the personified version of Iron-Blooded Orphans this week.
Oh God!
But
Iron-Blooded Orphans wasn't rapey.
The thing with Purry Prisoner is that outside of him saying, "Hey, I can't stop raping dudes," everything else about him is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as he doesn't open his mouth, he's fine. It's just,
You just can't ever forget that he's in prison for can't stop raping dudes.
Yeah, I like the voice actor for him. I think is better than his Japanese voice actor. But again, it's just getting over that backstory. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, this would be everyone's favorite character if it wasn't for the whole raping dudes thing.
But aside from that, I mean, this is basically one of the few episodes where we actually get one physical thread that basically stays the whole entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
And
it goes into next episode.
Yeah, and he it's just kind of it's great seeing a villain that just goes ham on everybody because he's just so.
And he's the voice of Hisoka.
Yeah, this is actually the first arc where one sort of figures out the main storytelling method he's going to use. It's sort of like all along in One Piece. From here on out, all the arcs look a lot more like this one than they do the previous ones.
It's like it's like if Oda wrote every One Piece arc exactly the same, but then Luffy killed the villain in one punch.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But this is the nice thing about this kind of narrative. That it gives One Punch Man more of a narrative thing throughout the rest of its run. Unfortunately, in the last 5 episodes, but
well, I mean, the next season is going to be fantastic if we ever get to it.
Oh God, if we get an anime to a particular part, that would be great. But Mirage needs to draw faster.
that I need to see that fight animated, if only because it's going to be the best.
Ultimate Evolution is the title of that fight. It's a fantastic freaking arc.
Saitama's just broken as hell. Like you don't even realize how broken he is until that fight.
So.
But unfortunately, Mirage needs to draw faster.
He needs to draw faster, and he needs to just draw the actual comic instead of going off onto side tangents.
Or they could do
because he keeps going off and doing other things. Just stick to one thing.
I like that we got more Moomin Rider, and we'll get more of him next week. And my favorite part of this whole episode was when he said, "Stand-up pedaling mode."
Who voiced Moomin Rider?
He is the MVP of this arc.
Absolutely.
Yes, this is the Moomin Rider arc.
Well, not just that. I think it's basically he ties this whole thing together, and this is why this is my favorite. Like, next episode is bar none my favorite episode of the series, and that's saying a lot considering the final episode of the series.
I agree with you. I think the next episode is also my favorite.
Yeah. I remember reading it. I like it better than the arc that follows. And I really want to see what it looks like animated. I hope they can do it justice, because holy crapola.
Have you not seen the anime?
No, I've been holding off, because I thought it was going to be on Toonami.
Oh, man. I
know.
Oh.
But
I know exactly what happens. I've been keeping up with one. I've been keeping up with Murata. I just didn't want to ruin it for myself.
So instead of spoiling the next episode, let's just kind of go focus back on this.
Yes.
You kind of get a sense of speaking of Moomin Rider, you kind of get a little bit of his daily life. He's actually looking up Saitama on the computer, talking with the Heroes Guild, and at one point, you kind of get an insight into his character when he basically throws the telephone away to go confront the Sea King, which has been just crushing people.
Yeah.
Moomin Rider's the #1 C-class hero for the two people that maybe not remember and haven't been keeping up with One Punch Man. But these episodes kind of highlight Moomin Rider as a character.
I think that I really like the voice they picked for him here in English, because he might have been this way originally in the Japanese, but I wasn't, I don't speak Japanese, so I couldn't tell. But he has a kind of nerdy voice in this, and I think it fits him really well because he's just sort of like this underdog guy.
If Moomin Rider had Saitama's somehow combined, like, it wouldn't even be fair.
Yeah, everything would die. It'd just be
the greatest superhero ever.
Anyways, so one thing we forgot to mention in this episode: new dudes.
New dudes.
For some reason, there was just so much new dudes in this episode.
So I believe
if DTL wasn't banned, he'd have loved this episode.
No, enough speed to sound Sonic. 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I believe the author
went
that
out
way,
for
though.
This whole series is just nude on nude.
Yeah.
I believe the author
can't tell if
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I keep trying to talk over you.
That's okay.
One of you.
I was just going to say that I wonder, like, is he doing it for comedic effect, or does he just really like drawing naked guys?
I can't tell because it goes on. Usually it's for comedic effect because it goes on in Mob Psycho, but he likes drawing a lot of guy butts.
He does.
So I believe the author stated that if Sonic had his weapons, he would have beaten the Deep Sea King. So there we go.
Wouldn't.
That's what the author said.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Did or Murata say that?
One.
Oh. Man, that's bullshit.
I could kind of see it. But again, I'll have to get into it in the next video. Because you kind of I think this is one of the few fights that the other characters maybe could stand a chance if they either work together and you had a few of the same characters in the room.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. Like, it would be a hard fight.
But that
one C-class hero who pissed his pants certainly isn't going to beat him.
Or the friggin' snake dude who basically just does really well animated poses before getting knocked the fuck out.
But no, Puri Prisoner has like an entire Sailor Moon transformation sequence to go naked.
Oh yeah,
he does. It's just weird. At some point, you just got to be like, okay, no, we've had enough.
Yep, anime.
Like I said again, if Puri Prisoner didn't have the whole raping dudes thing, then people would love him. But he does have the whole raping dudes thing.
I don't think I'd love him anymore if he didn't, because I actually forgot about that whole like rapey thing. I actually either blocked it from my memory or I forgot. So I didn't even realize it until you guys started commenting on it this week, and I was like, oh.
And the comic,
but even then, it's like he's just he's just over the top, kind of in a way that just I don't know. I don't think it's funny.
It's one of those things where if he was more in about killing dudes, like if he was Hisoka, it would be fine.
That's the thing. Let's take this back. So I think if they honestly focused on Puri Prisoner and just took a different spin on his character, he could work as a character. But the fact that he's a hero and was supposed to be cheering him on is just the thing that's really off-putting. And I think tone is something that carries over into things like Iron Blood Orphans in this. Because when you have, like, go to Hunter x Hunter, you have a freaking stranger danger character like Hisoka. And it works because he's supposed to be freaking creepy. He's a freaky clown.
I think with part of it is he's so rapey. And he's kind of a bad stereotype, you know? So it's just one of those situations where I don't think it's so much that it's having a bad guy as a hero. I actually like that dynamic a little bit. I think he's a bad stereotype, and he's really rapey, and it's weird, and I'm like...
Yeah, it's funny, though. I think that Grexino's right, though. If you took away the rapey stuff, and you take away, like, maybe a little bit of the stereotype stuff, like, when you just
like
look
make
at
him
him...
a serial killer.
Right. He's just basically like a guy... I mean, he's trying to be a good guy. That's what's weird about him. You're supposed to think he's a good guy, but then apparently he does bad things. Like, how did he even get his license?
Well, I mean,
he got his license, and then the whole raping dudes thing started.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, I like the idea of having one of the bad guys being the heroes, if only because it sort of shows, oh, they're going to take any strong guys they can get because they got to fight the big monsters. But it's like, make him a serial killer instead, you know? Like, it's the one thing I wish they had changed over from one's original script.
So I also find it funny we're talking about this, and someone's like pedo breathing into the mic.
Yeah, who is that?
I think it's Grex.
I may be yawning.
He's bored with this conversation. Moving on.
I'm bored. Let's go on to Gundam.
Iron-blooded orphans.
We're gonna get into Gundam.
Yes, we will. After everyone shuts up for 5 seconds.
Never.
Okay, moving on to Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Episode 13, Funeral Rites. Hey guys, what's a funeral?
Your voice changed when you said... Wait, hang on. Before we go, did anyone else notice that his voice changed a little bit when he started doing the announcing?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, did you have that recorded earlier? Did you just hit a button and it played?
No.
It's not like I've been waiting this all week.
So you've got an announcer voice then.
This is my announcer voice. Is it?
No, it's...
Would it work?
It's different. It's just... I noticed that. I'm like, did you record that earlier? That's... Okay, that's a lot of work.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Okay, it's just an announcer voice.
Okay.
We just don't like change.
So, about the funeral stuff, though.
In this episode,
a
kid is crying because a whole lot of people died, right?
Yeah,
that's
like, normal.
And then Cordelia is like, I'll comfort you. And then he's like, no, you don't have boobs. I want the person with boobs.
No, it was Atra who said that.
Honestly, that was just one of the lowlights, but it was like one of the smallest lowlights out of everything that is what the fuck with this episode.
That's not even the worst thing that happened that episode.
But was that supposed to be the kid being pervy, or just like that he wanted to have something soft to rest his head against? I can't tell.
I don't
care. Is there a difference?
Why not both? Why not both?
Maybe. It is weird.
Yeah,
but no, how did it wait?
Weird as freaking exploding their souls. They exploded the children's souls. Apparently, that's the funeral. I can't get over that.
But then, how did their souls get to heaven if they explode them?
I don't know.
I've got a great idea to make you guys feel better. We're going to take all your friends' dead bodies and make them explode. And then it's like, look at all that shining light. It's the pieces of your friends.
All the lights in the sky are stars.
I was just waiting, like, in all the scenes where they're, like, right by the windows, just to see a little body part go
God.
That'd be great.
Just like an arm hits the window and like, oh, hey, Fred.
But none of that compares to the best moment in the episode for me, which was when immediately following the somber funeral, they're gonna have sex.
Oh my!
Watching children explode gets me hard.
They truly are human debris now.
Like they were gonna go at it right there,
in front of that kid.
Right then. They were like, no, we can't wait.
I think Metatron.
Like that's what turns you on is the funeral. What is wrong with you people?
Yeah, I think Metatron M commented like, "Okay, guys, leave the room and clear the coffee table." I mean, I was just, the last half of this episode, I was just crying, laughing. It was just so dumb.
It was just so dumb on so many levels. Like, they could have made that work.
That's the thing.
But
like,
they
do something right, and then they just do something so freaking wrong.
Well, I remember the second half of the episode was so good because the first 15 minutes took that long for that stupid kid to die.
Like, somebody actually earns a new Gundam during this. There's a sweet scene. There's like a sweet scene at the end with Mika and what's the girl's name? I'm blanking right now.
Cordelia.
Cordelia at the very end, but it's just like for every good scene you have, there's like they just double the stupid on the next scene.
Okay, so let's run down all the stupid shit in this episode. So we start with the 15-minute death scene.
I hit the wrong button and disconnected.
One job.
That sucks.
Go ahead and start it over, Grex.
Okay, so
start it over.
Like, here's a list of all the stupid shit in this episode. You start off with the 15-minute death scene.
Yeah.
And then you get, oh, it's just kids. Let's go by. Oh, God, they're killing us. Let's murder more kids.
I forgot about that.
That sounds about right. I mean, this is Gundam.
And it's like, we're going to take you in. Everyone cries.
And then dies.
And then let's see, what else was there? Oh, there was a dance. There was like a ballroom scene.
Oh my God, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Wow, I really zoned out of this one.
This is literally the Donald Trump episode of this series because there's so much stupid you can't remember or focus on any one stupid part.
Again, I can see there's a sweet thing behind this. But
I
then
agree.
it's just
like
no.
It's too. They're just baiting us. They're baiting us to make fun of it. It's so over the top. Like,
it's obvious.
I agreed with Seda that I liked. I kind of saw what they were doing at the end, where he was being more like an older brother to her, and he's like, "Oh, I'll dance with you. You're beautiful." I get that. They're not trying to be creepy there, but the way they do it, it's just creepy.
It's creepy. Yeah.
Like, she focuses on the tits and ass part of it, and it's like,
No, it's just, I feel like this episode is something that could have been good had they taken a different twist on it. Like, they didn't even have to change that much. Just like, don't be so creepy. It's like you have one job, and it's don't be creepy.
If they'd cut one shot out of that scene where she focuses in on the tits and the ass, and just like looked at he was hitting on those girls, or the girls were hitting on him, I guess, it had been the same scene. But they had to crank it up and show like this little girl is jealous that she doesn't have TNA. And it's like, oh boy.
Like, she's the one taking this completely seriously.
Just to give the names of these characters, it's McGillis and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Almeria is his fiance. But yeah, I can't even speak. It's just so. Just the way they went about it is just so
stupid.
It's just this episode is just a layer cake of just like dumbness. Like, every time you think you've gotten through to the bottom, it's like, oh, there's another layer.
Layer Cake is the 2004 action film starring Daniel Craig.
This is giving me real SAO vibes. This episode was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we haven't even talked about how it ended yet.
Mika goes in, boys.
I mean, the irony was that people thought that was. I mean, people were like, "Hey, that actually makes sense." But because all the stupid shit that happened before, it's like, "Oh, look, another stupid thing."
Yeah, like
I personally liked it.
I mean, if you take that alone outside of the context of the rest of the episode, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. It makes sense for the characters and whatnot. But, you know, put it next to the two people doing it on the coffee table, and all the TNA, and the arm slapping against the side of against the window, and it's like,
you
really?
you just hear the sex in the background while they're kissing.
That's probably why he wanted to kiss her.
I mean, they're literally like, hey guys, did you know that birth rates are higher in years with high death rates?
Yes, I do know that now.
I like how when they kiss, it just cuts to Atra getting that L that she doesn't know she's even received.
Yeah, she does the Japanese like sneezing thing. Someone's talking about me thing.
Like, yeah. she that poor girl doesn't even know how many L's she's taking.
You know what? At this point, I really feel bad for her character. Like, she's got it worse than Sakura in some ways. Like, just being written to be the total L supreme, basically.
Like, all she does is take L's. It feels like that's her entire existence. And someone is breathing very heavily.
It's just this episode, man.
It's just this episode.
All those child corpses.
Stop playing this episode in the background where they're all banging on the coffee table.
Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans episode 13, The Heavy Breathing Cat.
One other thing I can mention about this episode is, thank goodness, Snake Joker guy died. And
you forgot about.
And
do I enjoy the killing of men? Well, whatever.
Hi, I'm Villain McVillain Face.
Like, it really shows how bad these episodes were when you make a XP of the Joker and it doesn't work. Like, that's how you know you done fucked up, is when you plop the Joker in and everyone's like, no, this is horrible.
Yeah, like, when he gets stabbed,
that's how you know that's done.
When he got stabbed in the middle of the episode, I just shouted, "Thank God," for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, like, normally that should be the best character you got, and then they turned it into, no, thank God he's gone.
They just never did anything. It was just generic bad guy. He's basically Hisoka done completely wrong.
Yes.
And then they get up to negotiating with Porky Pig, and he's like, well, I don't think you should, like, and it's like, dude, we will fucking cut you.
I wouldn't eat that bacon.
Like, we just exploded those children's bodies.
All right, anyone got anything else about
Sorry, I'm just laughing at this freaking pig in space.
And apparently the next 3 episodes are even worse.
What?
Oh man!
That's what people tell me.
They say it's a low light for the series, so brace yourselves. Like, hold on to your butts.
Well, this is the episode I dropped the series on.
Are the next 3 episodes bad in a boring way, or bad like this where it was awesome?
Oh my god! Stop my ears.
Oh, feedback.
What the hell was that?
I didn't hear anything.
That was
probably your fault.
Sorry.
Again, I'm going through this series fresh, so I don't know.
Neither do I. I thought about watching it before, but I'm like, Gundam. I always get burned with Gundam unless it's G. So I just leave it alone now.
Can't blame you for that. It's nice usually to go into the series fresh. This episode kind of highlights why it's nice to go into series fresh when you're doing a group watch. Because it's just like, why did you blow up their bodies? I still can't get over that. I thought fireworks would have been nice.
And now sex on the table.
Oh, and apparently a gay guy got NTR'd or something.
Oh, that's depressing.
That's just kind of a thing they just bring up once every 3 episodes, and it's like, huh?
Wait, who got NTR'd?
The kid with, like, the comb over his eye.
The blonde one.
Oh,
apparently he's actually a DTL manifestation come to life.
Oh, I forgot about that. God.
There's just layer cake.
This is just the onion of stupidity here.
It was a packed episode.
It really was.
Of stupid.
Welcome to the carnival of stupid. But I think that's about it for the episode. Me. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's move on to Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, thank God.
Hunter x Hunter episode 19. Can't win, but can't lose.
Talk about a palate cleanser.
It was a good episode. and indicative of sort of where the series goes in terms of fights.
I want to take a moment to just kind of comment on how much I love Netro and how he just trolls everyone basically for the entire series.
Yep.
He makes a great difficult face. I don't care. How about no?
No!
Man, I wish I could actually show that face. But so basically Netro announces the tournament arc of this series. And the way the tournament goes is whoever basically gets to the top of the bracket loses. And doesn't get the license. So you basically have to just get one match win, and you drop out because you've gotten your license. And he announces the tournament, all the pairings based on their potential. And
unfortunately, Oreo is at the dead bottom because he's a dude with a knife.
He's the best, though.
We'll get more into L'Oreal later on. I think he is great. He is great.
Yes.
The writer gets better with him as the series goes on, but he does drop out for like freaking arcs at a time.
Yeah. He does.
So they pair off all the characters, and Killua gets a little bit salty for absolutely no reason.
He's just suddenly he's just sulking.
He's just jealous of Gon now. I mean, I think he's been that way for a while, but now he's like pissed off about it.
Killua is just like, oh, how come I'm not as good as he is? Why is he so special? Yeah. He's used to being.
He's just he's uncharacteristically salty this episode because he never acts like this ever again.
It's almost like a reverse Sasuke.
Yeah.
So Gon gets his first match against Ninja Dude.
Hanzo. And it's literally just an entire match of Gon getting kicked in the face.
He just get the shit beat out of him.
I like how it's like he formulates this whole strategy and said, okay, I just need to get real fast. Like, nope.
One chop! And of course, then his entire strategy becomes no.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to give up, so we're gonna we're gonna have to do something different. Want to play checkers or something?
Let's play tiddlywinks.
So when Hanzo threw the match at the end, though, does that mean that? Because it was hard. I had a hard time in this episode telling what Hanzo was about. Like, is he? At first, it started to seem like he would really kill Gon, but then he threw the match, which I assume means that they're trying to paint him in a good light.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He threatened to do it, but at the end of the day, it turns out he doesn't actually have it in him to seriously maim a child.
So let me explain this arc as this whole fight as it relates to Hunter x Hunter as a whole. This is kind of indicative because it's basically Gon's character, the fight, and it shows just how self-destructive he can be because he just wouldn't give up after getting his arms broken, possibly getting skinned alive. He would probably not give up when he's literally has his legs cut off and bleeding to death. Just because
this goes back to when Hisoka took his badge back. He was so pissed. Like, he's like, no. You don't give it back to me, motherfucker.
You won.
Yeah, Hanzo is nice to Gon, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you go on Hunter x Hunter, people aren't going to be as friendly as Hanzo. Hanzo has the skills, and he just outclassed Gon in like every way. And that's this fight becomes just basically you have to fight people that may outclass you in certain ways, and you have to either outsmart them or you're gonna die pretty horribly.
Yes, which is
that's what I like about Gon.
The series going forward.
I like that Gon is very well. I mean, it's kind of a mixed thing. It's like on one hand, he seems really underqualified to be in this at all because he just doesn't know what the heck he's doing. But on the other hand,
fishing pole.
Yeah, exactly. He goes to this thing with a fishing pole, and I guess he's good at smelling things. But on the other hand, he is, I guess, he can be clever at times. So I guess he's got the knack for it. But he really does seem like he's still above Leorio. Don't get me wrong, but
no, Leorio is the tops.
Leorio has a knife.
He does.
A knife is better than a fishing pole.
It is.
Could Leorio take Hisoka's badge away with his knife? No.
No, probably not.
He would try though. He'd try and get his base.
I don't know. I don't know which characters in the participants that could take on Hisoka right now.
I mean, it would basically be Netero, and that's about it.
In the participants, though, not participants.
He'd murder all of them.
Gitaracker probably. I don't know. Could
Tank. No, the guy with the pins in his face. He could probably do it.
It'd be a tough fight, though. But we'll get into that later.
Speaking of the participants, there are like 2 other people left that I actually don't know who they are. Like, I don't think we've seen them much.
It's like old guy and guy with bow.
Yeah.
It's I can't say anything, but almost everything we've gotten introduced to the other characters because they do play a big part going forward. But yeah,
you mean the short guy, the short fat guy with the bow tie, right?
The guy who is a bean.
No, not him.
No, I'm talking about like the contestants. There's like at least 2 other contestants that I don't know who they are.
There's Hanzo, Gon, Killua, Leorio, Kurapika, Hisoka,
Gitaracker,
Old Man, Hanzo, who's the guy who has the bow.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't think of any other. I think that's all the contestants.
So the old guy, like I don't remember seeing him in
9 or 8.
I'm not sure what the older guy does going forward.
I remember what he does.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Wait, which one is he again?
The old man with the ponytail. He's like a kung fu guy.
Oh, right.
But so Gon wins his fight, and that's basically the episode. I mean, as a quick summary, nothing much really happens in this episode, but it's a good study into Gon as a character in Hunter. It gives a little bit more insight about Hunter going forward. And the next episode's really indicative of what Hunter x Hunter is going to be going forward.
If I remember that right, it's going to be.
People are just going to be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Was this story written before the tuning exams were written in Naruto?
Yes.
Okay, I can tell.
Long before.
Yeah, Hunter's been going on for ages.
Yeah.
That's what this reminded me of, but of course I knew all along while I was watching it's like, oh, this came first, even though it was animated later.
Right.
Like the tuning exams are like a plot for plot.
Almost exactly the same.
The exact same thing.
Unfortunately, Hunter x Hunter made the classic mistake in the manga of having characters board a boat, so
yeah.
See you in a few years.
Oh God, that did happen. We're never gonna get off the boat.
Meanwhile, there's One Piece where characters are literally always on a boat.
I mean, they literally are on a boat the entire time this arc.
Yeah. It's a gigantic boat.
Anybody have anything else to add for Hunter x Hunter?
I thought it was
funny. I thought it was funny how Gon wanted to play a game where he would win, just so he'd feel good about winning.
That was funny.
Hans is just like, fucking enough.
Just like punches in the heck out. I also like how Hanzo actually adds, tell him he passed. Do not give him, because if he just gets disqualified, this whole thing's for naught, and we will be pissed.
Yeah. It brought some much needed levity to this part of the episode, because at that point, right until that happened,
it was really dark,
pretty serious. Like Gon was bad shape, and so that comedy was really nice.
Like literally everyone was losing their shit.
Yeah.
Like over on the sidelines, even Hisoka's like.
This is going to be a really awkward letter.
Yeah.
I'm writing to you with my left hand because
my right
Dear
one is
Mom,
broken.
Saitama beat me up pretty bad.
He kicked my ribs in and broke my arm.
Like the next recap episode's at episode 26. Well, next it's the last recap episode for the entire freaking series.
Wait, next episode's a recap?
No, episode 26. We're on episode 20, I believe. Next.
Next episode
Why are we
is
doing
20.
another one?
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't think they were going to be an endless shonen. They thought they were going to do 2 cores.
Yeah, and then they found out, oh, we can keep going, and they basically adapted the series up to a good stopping point, and just Because you'll notice at the end of this arc, oh my god, they obviously take the censor breaks off because Jesus Christ.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, you can't, do the rest of the series with, censors. It's just not going to work.
Like the first arc, they get by with some of it, but like the decapitated heads and stuff, like the sniper dude that took out Gon.
But after that, they literally can't handle anything. They wouldn't be able to handle it with all the censoring. Yeah,
because my god, the series gets bad.
I mean, there'd be entire screens that it's just black.
So just to get ready to anticipate that because man, the series goes down quite the rabbit hole.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
it's time for Naruto Shippuden.
Let's talk about anime Ambien.
Naruto. This is the break for Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden episode 126, Twilight. Oh god, fuck the title. No. Shit.
No.
It's appropriate because it has the greatest fangirl ever, Karin, in it.
I want to say
merciful this episode,
which is weird, but I just want to say one thing. Jiraiya was in the episode. His parts were the only decent parts. Everything else was crap.
Itachi was great too.
Yeah.
Itachi literally shows up and is like, "I'm gonna stuff a crow in your mouth."
Eat crow.
Itachi asked the most important question that's been asked on this show in a long time. Why are you so obsessed with my brother?
What the fuck?
Because I love him. I mean, because he's my friend.
You guys don't even like each other. He doesn't even like you.
You don't even like him.
I want to be in his pants, damn it.
No, I mean, it sort of goes back to like the one thing that Naruto screwed up above all else is it didn't have more arcs between Sasuke and Naruto joining a team and Sasuke leaving the village.
What's the name of the guy who wrote this?
Masashi Kishimoto.
Yeah,
Kishimoto.
Yeah, I just call him
Kishi.
Yeah, Kishi. I think what happened, I don't know this, but this is my guess. I think what happened is that Kishi created Sasuke and like a million fangirls fell in love with Sasuke. And so he didn't even bother to write a story where we're viewers are supposed to really empathize with him.
Well,
like he just became too cool, and it was like, oh, we don't need to write that now to make you like him.
I wonder if he was supposed to die, if he was actually originally written to die in the Land of Hidden Mist arc.
So I literally, basically, Sasuke and Sakura were editor.
Yeah.
It was like you have to have these. You have to have the rival, and you have to have the love interest.
Oh, really?
Because originally it was going to be just like Naruto and his teacher, I think.
I mean, it's a good change, and it's a good instinct from the editor. It's just the execution is crap.
Well, yeah, like I say, that's what I'm saying. Kishimoto could have done more to make Sasuke empathetic, so that you want to like him. But
well, it's not only that, so that we can actually understand why Naruto cares about this guy.
Right.
Just
have
them spend more time together.
He's a perfect character who is just too cool for school, and I hate him for it.
And then he just casts even worse characters, which doesn't help him at all.
Right.
Like I mean, when it comes to some terrible characters, you're just like, oh, at least the supporting characters aren't so terrible half the time. But Yeah, Sasuke just like, man, I see you. I despise everything about you, and every time I read like a plot revelation about you, it usually tends to be make me hate you even more.
Karen is the personification of what's wrong with Sasuke. It's this person who is obsessed with him for no good reason.
Yep.
That's basically it.
That's never met her before, by the way.
She has a very good reason for being obsessed with Sasuke.
Her panties are
She
wet.
really wants the D.
Like, really, really wants
I mean, usually we joke about characters as like, she just wants the D, and it's like, no, usually that's not the case. But in this case,
this is the case.
It literally is this case.
Yeah.
This is the only explanation. She just wants it.
It's like some fangirl wrote Kishimoto and said, I've got this original character. Would you insert her into your story? And this is what we got.
I will say though, it does lead up to one of the best worst plot developments.
Oh God.
Towards the end. But I'm not gonna
that are you talking about the
NTR herder ground?
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing. I cannot believe he chickened out of that shit. That was the best.
Nobody
just week to week, I was like, do it, you bastard, redeem yourself. And then, no, I'm like,
literally, the entire series would have been worth it for this.
It really would have.
B-Dubs was right, though, earlier that I thought that the stuff with Jiraiya and Tsunade was actually really good. Like, I'm going to give the show props for that. I thought that those scenes were really well done.
And that's the thing. I think we're getting to a point where it's going to be Jiraiya-centric episodes, and those are fantastic episodes. I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like Jiraiya is one of like the 3 characters Kishi actually knows how to write well. The other 2 being Shikamaru and Kakashi.
Yeah,
I would have gone with. No, I don't know if I would have gone with Rock Lee because he kind of disappeared.
Yeah, no, Rock Lee, he sort of disappears after a certain point because really, where else can you go with him after, what he's done?
Well, you can go.
Actually, Gaara wasn't too bad. Gaara isn't so bad.
No, he's not. But at the same time, he also more or less closed his plot line out already.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 2 arcs and he's done.
He does. It's around this point he starts kind of write himself into a corner more and more.
Yeah, and it's mostly because there's a distinct lack of planning ahead, I think.
Yeah, like the whole thing that was apparently was it revealed this episode for the first time that Naruto is Minato's son?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first time it was outright stated. And confirmed,
but everyone knew for like decades.
But everyone knew, right?
Like the second they showed the picture of the 4th Hokage, people were like, "Oh
yeah, that's his dad."
So that's kind of the problem. It's like Kishimoto doesn't realize that he's being so obvious.
Well, I
think one of the biggest plot revelations of the series people knew about for years, and it was supposed to be this big thing.
I mean, for decades. I mean, almost as long as Naruto being the 4th Hokage's son. It's like, and everyone joked about it. Like, no, this couldn't possibly. Holy shit!
Be that obvious. Oh wow!
Oh my God! Here's the Sharingan tank.
That was my favorite. The fact that didn't come true still makes me sad to this day. That was exquisite.
Just
and honestly, it was better than the chapter we got. It really was.
It's like that, and Aizen resetting the all of Bleach with his Bankai are the 2 things
the fact that didn't happen is bullshit.
He literally just kind of goes back to prison.
You thought this was your happy ending?
Who said I never showed you my Bankai? The fact that never happened still pisses me off.
Like, Bleach was the perfect example of an ending that was like, okay, your ending is like, we're not running you anymore.
You're done. Well, I mean, with that one, they gave him, they let him close out with the final arc, and then 4 years later, he's still going with no end in sight.
It was all Cooper's fault about that. Like, he just needed to wrap the damn thing up at that point. And he just kept on introducing characters.
They gave him 4 years. That's more than most people get. Like, when Siren was ending, it was already near the end. They're like, okay, you're ending. We'll let you finish it up. So the guy introduced a quick, plot device thing to sort of speed it like 4 or 5 chapters along, and there we go.
Say what you will about Kishi. At least he didn't, like, when things started to really feel like he was stretching out towards the end, he knew to end it at least.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, he sort of had a hard time figuring out how to end it. Because
really, you don't say.
no. I mean, like it felt like, okay, so this is how we're gonna end it here. This is the end game. Oh wait, I made this guy too strong. How do we? Okay, so we'll make this one that's technically stronger but also weaker because it's not as smart. Oh wait, that's not gonna work either. Everyone has God mode. Oh wait, everyone's too stupid to take advantage of this. Kakashi, go fix the problem. I swear to God.
In the plot revelations, oh my God!
Yes.
Anyways, but let's not get into that.
The ending of One Piece is going to be like a pre-planned out god.
Oh yeah, Oda's opposite. He's got it all figured out already.
Like
there was an interview.
Literally showed a picture of his like planning books for the next like 5 arcs.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he's got like books full of like notes and sketches and shit. Like. At least
his editors know the ending to One Piece. He's told them.
Yeah, and they're the only people that know.
And they're so disappointed.
No, it's the opposite. No. They've actually said it moved them. So
apparently they all cried tears of like
I don't know if that's true, but that's what they say.
It's like, no, I am one of the 5 people in the world who know this world-ending secret of utmost import.
I think he told. Didn't he tell the ending to a dying kid too?
No,
that was a fake.
No, that was disproven.
Just a rumor, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of sweet.
Although if I ever started dying, I'd be like, get your ass over here now and tell me the fucking ending.
I need to know.
Motherfucker, I will literally haunt the earth.
I
don't know this ending.
I knew it about Elbaf.
No, you see, part of me is tempted to find a kid for Make-A-Wish and be like, hey, wish for this. And then tell me.
I'll pay you $10,000.
I'll give you candy. Just tell me how One Piece ends.
And then you're in prison.
For wasting his wish.
For giving a kid candy. You're a stranger.
So, this episode of Naruto Shippuden was literally pulled a thing where it's like, it raises the most obvious death flags of all time that are so obvious even the characters see them.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's okay because it's Jiraiya. And he has a really good set of episodes coming up. Like his story arc, I mean, even with all these death flags, he's still a total badass, and you still think he can pull it out in the end.
Are these next episodes canon?
Yes.
I think up next is the Sasuke episodes, and then Jiraiya.
We have. I think we end either with Jiraiya or
next episode is Jiraiya Chronicles. I think.
Yeah,
really?
Which are great.
Yeah. I thought the Jiraiya arc in the village came after Sasuke's next arc.
I don't know if it does or not, but the title of the episode is Jiraiya Chronicles next.
Well, I haven't watched this far, so.
But it's still, like you said, these Jiraiya Chronicles, this is part of it, like this is canon stuff.
I don't know.
Because it sounds like filler.
This is the Jiraiya backstory.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's fun stuff.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good up to when we hit before we hit the next filler arc. But there's I think, let's see, we have Tales of the Gutsy Ninja, Jiraiya Scrolls Parts 1 and 2 coming up next, and then we're going to be it's basically the Jiraiya saga, and I believe we go into the Itachi saga after that, and then we hit filler.
Filler.
At least it's short. It's like 8 episodes long.
What's it about? Is it as bad as the last one? Because that was horrible.
It's only 8 episodes, so it can't possibly be as bad.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I beg to differ. You can do a lot of damage in 8 episodes.
I mean, hell, look at how much damage Gundam did in 3.
Oh God! It went from something I I liked watching. Like I enjoyed watching. I didn't particularly like it, but I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I don't mind this, all that much. And now it's like I want to poke my eyes out with a rusty spoon.
Well, like I said earlier, it's like SAO now to me. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Oh God.
Part of me is just kind of just sad because there's some cool parts. Like I like the Gundam in the thing. I
like they can do better.
I like the ninja sword he got, and it's like if they just stuck to Gundam without all this anime bullshit. That's the theme Gundam becomes. Like Gundam, can you just have giant robot fights a la Gundam build fighters
Gundam.
without all that anime
Gundam.
bullshit?
All Gundam should just become a permanent sports anime.
G Gundam was fantastic.
Gundam and Gundam Build is fantastic.
I think the thing that annoys me the most and why I can't enjoy this Gundam like SAO is because I know they can do better than this. We've seen them do better. Like with SAO, it's like, no, he can't do better than this. This is as good as it gets. There's no improving. With Gundam, it's like they can do better.
Somebody said that this gets better, though. Somebody said that.
Eventually.
I will point out that I do love the main characters, and that's the thing. This saga has not been focusing on the main characters.
No, it hasn't.
And it's part. I think it just kind of highlights the problem. This is one of the few instances where the side characters, I really wish they would just up and die, I don't have to worry about them anymore.
Part of the problem is your big characters should be, really good. They're there to spice everything up for, when the main characters got to get too serious or, they get sidetracked doing their thing. That's what the big characters are for. If they're boring, that's not a good thing for later on in the series.
Well, like in Naruto, where the main characters are garbage, but the bit characters,
what's funny is that the SAO episode this week was so memorable that we're still talking about it. And we're in Shippuden now.
You mean Gundam?
Or Gundam, I'm sorry. Yeah, Gundam was so memorable.
It's also because not a whole lot happened in, Shippuden other than Jiraiya.
And Naruto literally eating crow.
He literally ate crow.
I wish it was just a bridge version of just Itachi showing up. It's like, hey Naruto, eat crow.
So there was a music video. Might have been the best one, I think.
It was not bad.
It was thematically appropriate to the music.
Okay.
It wasn't insane.
Yeah, it wasn't insane. It was dark and kind of.
It was metal. It was metal as fuck.
It was metal, yeah. But it had a story, and you could follow it, and sort of. And it was pretty good. I thought the metal was pretty good. I used to listen to metal a lot, and I thought that this was all right. Like, it sounded good. I don't like the singer very much because I really couldn't make him out what he was saying hardly at all. I know that's pretty common.
Welcome to metal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I listen to metal.
Welcome to all music.
No. It depends on what kind of metal.
I'm now imagining
C4 headbanging. Intelligible. But it was good. I mean, it was a good song. Had a good track to it, and I like the music video because it wasn't just insanity vision that's meant for potheads.
Oh, you assume it's meant for potheads. It's not meant for potheads. It's meant for some shit that's way harder than that.
Well, whatever. It was. It had a story to it. It wasn't just rectangles and weird stuff like that.
World peace.
Yeah.
Florida slapping people in the ass.
Exactly.
Oh
man.
Let's move on to One Piece since we weren't able to since we weren't able to stop ourselves from talking about One Piece. Let's just move on to One Piece.
Okay.
One Piece, episode 360. Save me, hero. My enemy is the immortal princess. Yes! Usopp versus Verona! I love this fight!
Yeah. So this episode, next episode is Usopp it's basically Usopp versus Piranha, and it is one of the best. It's one of the highlights of this arc.
I love how he wins this
At this point, the arc has like highlight after highlight after highlight because I was watching the episodes like, wow, this is just a lot of great episodes.
I think at this point the arc sort of takes an upward trajectory and just gets awesome.
Yeah, and then there's moments later after a few fights where things get even more insane.
I know.
Like the second half of Thriller Bark is literally just a highlight reel. It's like if an entire game was just a non-stop highlight reel.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But this episode in particular, though,
it's like if it was a James Bond, one of those old PS2 James Bond games, and when you're playing, it's just like do 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 do. You shot out the guy's tires. It's like they just throw the Bond moments at you.
Yeah, I will say this brings back one of my favorite Usopp character traits. The guy is a freaking tank.
He really is. He's a coward and he's weak, but holy shit, this guy can take a hit.
The man is made out of iron. Like, remember when he took that fucking steel bat to the face?
He took one to the back of the head too, and he's still up. It's just
all about the two enemies just trying to trick the other one.
Who lies the best?
And I think that's
literally
awesome.
an Ace Attorney case.
Yeah, it's all about who can be trickier than the other one. You know, who outbluffs who.
The fight's not over yet.
No,
like there's an entire 5-minute build-up for like a fart sound.
And
like,
that joke was amazing,
guys.
Oh yes,
I actually can't touch her.
Guys, we'd like a moment of silence for Kumasi.
Oh,
Kumasi.
Rest in peace, Kumasi.
I'll pour one out for you, buddy.
Poor guy. Never got to speak his mind.
And he had so much to contribute.
Stronger than the average bear.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
He went Zidalgo on us.
That was horrifying.
Oh, did I go crazy?
Yeah.
Sorry. My microphone does that like every hour or something.
Kumasi's like, you want to know about all the end game One Piece spoilers? Shut up, Kumasi!
I can tell you what One Piece is. Shut up, Kumasi.
Mr. Verona, I know the ending to what.
Shut up, Kumasi.
For what it's worth, though, in this episode, you do get that one moment where she's actually sad about Kumasi dying. She's like, no, Kumasi! Which kind of showed that she really did like him, even though she was mean.
Perona's an interesting character. She just really likes cute things, and I think she takes them for granted until they're gone.
Yeah. Perona's a great character because she isn't, like I said this before, but she's not an evil villain. She's a little villainous, but she's actually kind of just misguided mostly. And I love, like, at the beginning of the fight where, again, she has to give Usopp a kind of reassuring thumbs up and, like, do your best, you know?
Yeah,
like that's just
great. He's so depressed. I also like she debuts kind of for exploding hollows, like mini hollows. Poor Usopp takes all those little hollows.
They just kind of go toward him like,
no.
I love that sound.
I still love her.
And then we got the astral projected giant Perona, which got a lot of conversation in the thread.
Yeah,
that is a real fetish.
Which is, I googled that just to see if apparently there's a lot of Photoshop.
That was a mistake.
And it's weird. Oh. Yes, it was.
But yeah, at the very Usopp's like, okay, I know this is her astral projected form. She was running away from me for a reason because I had her dead to rights. So where does she go and hide so she could astral project? And she sees a room where he blows it open. There's her body. So it's Usopp versus Perona is going to conclude next week, and it's freaking fantastic.
Like this was an entire episode. This was an entire episode dedicated solely to this fight.
Yeah, no, I mean that's going to happen a little more as we go on because there's still Zoro's fight to get to, and Sanji still has a bit of a fight to get to, and Nami has something to do, and then there's an amazing.
Chopper.
Oh yeah, Chopper's got a fight, and then Frankie has one of the best moments ever. It's the best.
Did we even talk about Soge King / Sniper King?
Sniper King.
At the very start, people were humming it when he humming his theme song when he defeated Kumasi. That was freaking fantastic.
The fact they actually brought the theme song back as background music was just. It was an inspired touch.
Yeah.
I really got to take my hat off to them for that one.
Speaking of the music, when I was doing my big watch of One Piece and I got caught up to this arc, I was watching it in Japanese with English subtitles, and they were putting the lyrics to the music on the screen, and it's a little different than what's sung in English. But what they didn't do in the English dub that they did in the Japanese is that at the end of the song, the last thing he says is he goes, "And now it's time to run away," and that wasn't in the English version.
The secret Joestar family technique. Run away.
I actually don't remember that part from the
sub
manga. Yeah, no, from the manga.
Oh, from the manga. I don't know if it was in the manga either, but it was in the Japanese anime originally. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean the whole point about Sniper King is that he's the brave one. Yeah. You know, he's all of Usopp's bravery.
I think it was the animators adding their own joke in for the song. I think
it might have been.
Like there is no there's no like song with images in the manga. They just decided to put this shit in.
No, Oda wrote a song.
The Sniper King song's in the manga written?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
it's got its own page.
Wow.
It's Usopp standing on the train, and around him are the lyrics to the song. And Lulu, hallelujah.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, I think they changed it in this episode just to be funny, I think. Because I doubt they sung the song on the manga page while this was happening.
No,
that's back on the train.
Yeah, no, back on the train it was.
I still love that there's just this random shot of Sanji and Frankie just being like, what the fuck?
Big props again to Sunny Straight. I know he's probably not going to get highlighted this year for his work, but he still does really good work as Usopp.
No, I mean, he's absolutely fantastic.
Ian Sinclair is basically sucking up all the oxygen in the room.
Yeah, with Brooke, but I mean, if there were like awards for, anime voice actors, I think he should win it.
A couple of people were not happy with this whole dual personality thing here. I love it. I think this makes sense to me, but I know somebody in the thread wasn't happy about it.
I think it makes sense for his character, honestly.
I don't think it's really a dual personality thing. I think he just talks to himself, to sort of buck himself up.
But in different voices?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Usopp.
I mean,
that's all you got to say.
He wants to be a brave captain, yet he's kind of a coward. So he has to rely on. Right now, he has to rely on Sogeking and stuff to boost him up. It's just part of it. He has to
separate the brave captain part into another person.
Yeah, and I agree. I think something like that, and I'm like, that's Usopp. It's kind of
makes him awesome.
I mean,
the whole point of Usopp is he's weak.
Yeah,
he has a distinct arc as the series goes on, and I like it.
Where he slowly gets stronger.
Yeah,
Usopp is secretly the main character.
That'd be freaking fantastic.
Usopp continues to get ever so slightly stronger, but at the same time, he just always continues to con his way out of situations.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those characters who's very competent, but he's such a coward and he doesn't believe in himself to such a degree that he can never really take full advantage of it. Because, there's moments later on in the series where, the shit he does, it just, leaves everyone stunned on the floor. Yeah. And it's like...
How are you going to make that shot? That was amazing. I died at that moment reading that. It's like, yes!
Honestly, I watched that episode of the anime. I was a little disappointed they didn't use the Sniper King song there. Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's the obvious place, because this is the last appearance of Sniper King.
Which makes... I want him to come back, though, at one point. He needs to come back.
I guess it's spoilery to say that.
I don't know if it fits his character arc at that point, but we'll see.
No, I think
when would Sniper King come back? It wouldn't be a final fight, because then it's really? You don't need Sniper King.
Maybe it's when he meets his dad. He's too embarrassed. He's like,
oh yeah, that'd be interesting. If they finally get him and Yasopp together, but he hides his identity as Sniper King. But then I think Yasopp would know.
Everyone knows except Luffy and Chopper.
Right, but maybe for Usopp it'd be like a coping mechanism or something. It'd be interesting.
My view has always been that Usopp's final fight thing is that he's going to actually lift a 10-ton hammer.
That would be amazing.
Meanwhile, outside, Oars is trying to find a freaking cannon.
Yeah, because Oars is secretly the funniest part of this entire arc.
All right, let's be careful now. We're real close to that.
Well, yeah, we're not going to talk about anything further. I just want.
Secretly.
I think we're kind of. Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, it's just Oars, this giant dude with Luffy's personality. He just does it for me. I'm like, okay, this is funny.
It's literally this part from the latest episode of Thunderbolt Fantasy where like the main guy and the other guy is like he just looks like the other guy, but he's still acting exactly like him. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay.
Sorry, nope. I've been meaning to watch that, but I haven't.
Watch Thunderbolt Fantasy. It should be on Toonami, but Woolen Warriors happened, so fuck.
Oh, I forgot about Woolen Warriors.
I think everyone forgot about Woolen Warriors. It's best
I think it
way.
lasted like 5 episodes, if that.
It lasted 1.
I don't even know what they were thinking with that one.
They weren't.
I remember when they used to have. I remember when they used to have Rave Master on Toonami. It was just before it ended, and it ended just as the point it starts to get good. And then, of course, the anime ends at the point it transforms into One Piece, only with swords that explode.
See, that sounds somewhat interesting as opposed to DBZ with swords.
Well, I'm done.
I was about to say it seems like we're wrapping up on One Piece.
Like nobody has anything else to say, so that's about it.
So let's just start ranking the episodes.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure we don't do that?
Gundam was the worst.
Yes.
Don't you mean the best?
That's all. That's all that matters. Just Gundam was the worst. Period. End of story.
Yeah, I would have a hard time ranking these episodes because there weren't really. I mean, yeah, I know IBO was bad, but like it was bad in an entertaining way, so I can't rank it the worst. Shippuden was like a mixed bag, and DBZ was kind of a mixed bag, so there weren't like really any super stinkers this week for me.
Yeah, I think most of them fell into okay. Iron Blood is just that one that's just one extreme or the other. So I wouldn't know how to rank that initially, and it would change depending on when you talk to me about it.
So what was your guys' favorite episode, if you had to pick one?
One Punch.
One Piece, probably. Yep. One Punch I liked a lot, but the next episode I think brings it home. One Punch. I'll just say One Punch Man is going to be my next favorite episode next week. Though,
what about you, B-Dubs? What was your favorite?
I think Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, interesting. I think I would go with One Piece for sure.
I mean, I definitely liked One Piece, and Usopp is absolutely fantastic there, but I don't like getting the shit beat out of him and then completely turning it around.
Yeah.
I can't wait till freaking either Iron Blood Orphans or One Punch Man leaves the rotation so we can just get JoJo, because JoJo is going to be so fun to talk about.
I mean, JoJo is only like 5 weeks away.
I know, it's hard. I never thought we would reach this moment. I'm like posing so hard right now.
I can't wait to learn what you guys love about this.
Uncontrollably.
I know nothing.
Oh man, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, it's coming.
I can't imagine going blind into JoJo just completely blind.
Well, imagine it, because that's what's happening.
I will temper your expectations of the first episode. I'm actually planning on writing a whole thing about JoJo and Iraqi in general, just to get people introduced into JoJo and why I'm a fan of it. So
that's cool.
Right.
Anyway, we've run our course, I think, tonight. So let's sign off. Thanks, B-Dubs.
Bye.
Bye. And Raxus.
Go see when the bell breaks.
Don't give them money. Fuck you, Raxus.
They ignore a little red flag in that film.
Is it a literal red flag?
She's wearing a red dress and she's going crazy. So yes, they do.
Oh God, that. That's amazing.
And Sea Kohler.
On the wind carries my name. On Sniper Island, far away.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 24. Goodbye.